Well, good morning. I'm Heather Leach, PRVCA's Executive Director, and thank you so much for joining us at our annual meeting. Today, you'll hear from our chairman as he shares this year's accomplishments, as well as what to expect in 2022. I will start things off with our election of officers. I am pleased to report the following election results. This year, elected was Secretary Nick Boyer, Treasurer Ed Flick, Rolling Stock Directors Ryan Reich, Brad Bryant, and Haddon Smith, Manufacturer Director Steve Byler, Supplier Director Michael T. Keller, and At-Large Directors Jason Vaughn and Ryan Esch. Greg Starr was appointed as Vice Chairman to serve the remaining term until October 31st, 2022, and John Roba was appointed as an honorary board member. The other board members who will be completing their terms are Chairman Tim Umstead, Senior Manufacturer Director Nick Palm, Rolling Stock Director Stephanie Reeder and Brad Roan, Campground Director Bev Gruber, Park Model Manufacturer Rocky Riley, and At-Large Director Dan Saltzgiver. So thank you to everyone who voted and to those board members volunteering your time to the association. Before I pass you over to the chairman, I just want to take a moment to thank all of our members for your support and continued dedication to the association. I also wanted to thank all of our committees, the show committee chaired by Steve Fretz, the legislative and PAC committees chaired by Brad Roan, and the membership and education committee chaired by Brad Bryant. Your committee's work is essential to the success of PRVCA, so I thank you. And I would also like to thank the board members that helped the association set the goals for the year and make sure that we're meeting the needs of our members. We're nothing without our volunteers, so I thank you as well. And of course, I want to recognize the PRVCA team who worked through many obstacles this year, but managed to provide a successful show, successful marketing campaign, and a successful education agenda. So a special thank you to them as well. So without further delay, I will pass the presentation to our chairman of the board, Tim, and we will test my technological abilities here. So hopefully it all works. So give me 1 second.
I'd like to welcome you to our annual meeting of the PRVCA and thank you for taking the time today out of your busy schedule. It has been a very unusual year for all of us, and that includes the association as well. We've been faced with many challenges, but our staff and board of directors have done an amazing job with every issue. I could not be prouder of both of those groups. It's amazing to me how we represent all aspects of the industry, from manufacturers, dealers, suppliers, and campgrounds. The board of directors is an amazing group of individuals that put their personal interests aside and work for the good of the whole. I would personally like to thank each one of them for their volunteering this year. Our association of 322 members has several main focuses: education, legislative, marketing, and of course the show, which supports everything. I'd like to review some highlights of both the past and the upcoming year. Our education committee and education director have had a very busy year. We have offered 24 different training opportunities. We've had 492 technician registrations, had trainings for every industry segment, including social media marketing, service management, service writer, and several OEM trainings. This upcoming year will also include parts department knowledge, some social media, warranty administration, service writer, Lippert and Norcold component trainings, service supervisory and management, RV electricity. There's also a video training library being developed and on-demand webinars available on the PRVCA website. This library will continue to be expanded this upcoming year. Also on the website is a calendar of all the educational events. We will be holding our third leadership conference on January 18th and 19th. Watch for more details on that event as it comes closer. Our second focus is the show. What a challenging year with the pandemic, the governing regulations, the manufacturer supply issues. we were still able to hold a quality event for manufacturers, exhibitors, dealers, and consumers. We recorded our second highest attendance level ever with over 61,000 consumers coming through the gates. All the feedback we received from exhibitors showed that not only was the show a success, but it was the best show ever for some. This year's show demonstrates that shows are still relevant and needed in these challenging times. I'd like to send out a big thank you to all those that continue to support the show. Your dedication made this event possible. Thanks also to the show and executive committees that handled all the major issues and the decisions, and of course the staff for a job well done again. So far this year, as far as marketing goes, keep in mind that our marketing initiatives are designed to get our members' names in front of the consumers. We currently have 25,000 followers on our social media platforms. We have 10 year-round billboards directing consumers to our website. We have 250,000 website users. The new Explorer magazine that will be coming out in January. This publication lists all PRVCA members with their contact information. It's distributed at PA Welcome Centers, members' locations, shows across the Northeast, and various other locations throughout the state. Another focus for PRVCA is keeping an eye on the legislative issues in Pennsylvania that may affect our members. To help us do that, we look to Milliron Goodman and Associates. I'd like to introduce you now to Andy Goodman, who will give you a legislative update.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew Goodman, Managing Partner at Milliron Goodman. I wish I could see everybody face to face, and hopefully we can do that real soon. But I am excited to give you an annual report from Milliron Goodman on your legislative priorities here in Pennsylvania. Today is Wednesday, November 3rd. We just got done with an election yesterday. We did see Republicans on the judicial side pick up a lot of judiciary seats. Democrats did not fare well in Pennsylvania. We're also looking at returns in New Jersey, where it's still neck and neck. And then we did have a Republican win down in Virginia, statewide in the governor's office. So starting to pay attention to the politics in Pennsylvania for 2022. It will be a gubernatorial year. Tom Wolf will be leaving office after 8 years. So far on the Democratic side, Josh Shapiro, the current Attorney General, will be the likely Democratic candidate in 2022. On the Republican side, there's a handful of nominees and there will be a primary. So we're looking at that. Obviously, 203 House members will be running for re-election, 25 of the 50 senators. Right now, we have Republicans controlling the State House and the State Senate. Historically in Pennsylvania, the governor's office switches every 8 years. Right now we have a Democrat, and if that history holds true, a Republican will have a good shot in 2022 to becoming governor. Also, that goes along with the presidential midterms, which we've had a party change there. So it's potential, if history follows that trend, that Republicans will have a good shot. I'll remind you all that we are a bipartisan organization. We work with Democrats and Republicans. RVs and tourism and camping doesn't have anything to do with party politics, so we certainly work with all of those members that are helpful to our industry. A couple issues that I just wanted to talk about real quick. I wanted to give kudos to Heather Leach for coming and testifying about P3 and tolling in Pennsylvania. There is a movement for increased tolling, and certainly we have some concerns with that. PennDOT and the Turnpike and Transportation Department are certainly, and Transportation Committee are certainly looking at making changes of that. There is a little bit of a fight on doing it, but we have our association involved with it in those discussions pretty heavily on your behalf. As always, there's always a lemon law introduced. We'll continue to monitor that. Right now, it doesn't look like House Bill 745 is going to be moving, but we have our marching orders on stopping expanded lemon laws here in Pennsylvania in conjunction with RVs. Tourism dollars are always pushing for more tourism dollars here in Pennsylvania. Last budget, we were flat funded. We are looking at increasing them with a coalition we're working with. Tourism dollars have been lacking in Pennsylvania for some time, and we're hoping, especially with some of the federal dollars that are available, to increase it and bring more awareness to the RV and tourism camping industry here in Pennsylvania. I hope you're all well. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, please don't ever hesitate to call our office. See ya.
And now we'll move to our award presentation.
So providing education opportunities to our members is one of the main goals of PRVCA, and each year we present the Gary Bunzer Education Award to the member who participates in the most PRVCA sponsored trainings, acknowledging the importance of the education and the mission of the association. So we had many companies take advantage of our trainings this year, and I wanted to acknowledge Tom Schaefer's and Stoltz Swiss RV for being in the top 3. However, the number 1 spot for the 3rd year in a row goes to Susquehanna Valley RV, with 24 employees attending 8 different trainings. And with me is John Jones, the service manager of Susquehanna Valley RV, who will be accepting this award. So here you go, John, your 3rd official award from us.
Thank you.
So thank you again for your continued support of the PRVCA education program. And who knows, maybe we'll be back here again for the 4th year in a row. But if not, the challenge is out there to see if anyone can attend more education classes next year. And please be on the lookout for the upcoming courses that we'll have this winter.
So I've actually lured you here today under false pretenses. I know. We're not here to discuss an education idea. I'm actually here to present you with the Rebecca Lennington Volunteer of the Year Award.
Wow. I am impressed.
Well,
Thank you.
Well, I will say, your work as education chair and your involvement with the association for over 20 years gave you the nomination from another board member. In 2020, when we couldn't have the show, PRVCA found a way to help the industry the best way it could through improving our education program. And you brought the leadership needed to accomplish something very important, which is bringing quality education to our members. And that's something the industry will benefit from years to come. So I know you're working on some exciting education endeavors for our members, and that they'll hear about soon. So your good work, is going to continue, but we thank you for all the time that you volunteered to the association. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It's overwhelming. Thank you.
And of course, we're doing this over Zoom because, as you always like to remind me, you're spending time in sunny Florida. So I will hand deliver your award to you, when we can get together in person. But I'll hold on to it for now. But I will make sure that you actually receive it when we can get together.
Thank you very much. It's so nice.
Education is one of our major missions of the association, and you've done a wonderful job, making sure that the association doesn't forget that and continues, to strive to make improvements and provide more education to our members. And, and I think it's very important for you to be recognized for all the commitment and time you've spent working on that for us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, I do. I feel as though the education is probably the most important part of PRVCA, and I hope we're going in the right direction.
I think we are. I feel very good about the direction that we're headed.
Thank you again for joining us today, and we hope you have another great year.
Okay, well, that was our presentation for our annual meeting, and I want to thank you for joining us. Tim, I don't know if you have anything else that you want to add. If not, I want to thank everybody for joining us, and there will be a copy of the entire presentation available to all of the members for anyone that, wants to watch it again, or for those who haven't had a chance to see it the first time around. So thank you very much. And, we have many upcoming events coming up this winter. We have a leadership conference out in January, so please look for more information on that. I think it's really going to be a great event for all of our members. So stay tuned as you hear more from us about that. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your year, and we look forward to a really successful 2022. So thank you.